Hello Internet, this is BoneCarlos coming to you live from Shakura's Plateau to bring you another StarCraft 2 commentary. We're going to have a returning player in ORRY. He isn't the Red Protoss. It's going to be RumouRs with a capital R, because that's how serious his R's are. He might be part pirate, who knows? But he is spawning in the 11 o'clock position, while ORRY, or ORRY, is spawning as the Blue Zerg in, I would say, the 2 o'clock position in good old Shakura's Plateau. There have been a couple of changes. I think there was destructible rocks up here before in a couple of seasons past, or this wasn't accessible with destructible rocks. I'm not quite sure. I think they just swapped these two out here and here. But other than that, the ramp remains pretty much unchanged. I do believe they widened this ramp just a little bit, but again, I could be mistaken. Otherwise, it is fairly close positions when you're doing obviously by the ground, and they're kind of a bit of a rush distance if you're going to go air. So it is a nice map. It is a nice even map, I would say. I know supposedly this map does not favor Zerg players at all, since it is kind of difficult to secure your own third. But again, I play Protoss and I never have problems securing my third if the game gets that long. I mean, you have a very narrow choke point here to take your third, and your only option is to go all the way across the map to secure this one right here, which is generally what players usually do. I mean, they take this, or Zerg players actually, they'll take this third very quickly while spreading a creep highway with their overlords, while so it gives them a chance to use their creep tumors to their fullest advantage. And in RumouRs' case, he is doing a Forge fast expand type build. More than likely you're going to go ahead and hit that 10, 11, 12 minute window of a 6 warp gate push with a blink stalker, usually. Pretty standard for a PvZ, especially on a map where you can forge fast expand pretty safely. This is an awkward position for this photon cannon. You will be able to block this off with a gateway here, but still going to need complete that wall off over here, maybe with a cybernetics core. Usually you put the photon cannon right here, and then the gateway here and then here. So very interesting positioning. We're actually looks like he's gonna gearing up to take his gateway. There it is right there, and it looks like he's gonna really block it off with yet another pylon, since he is a bit supply blocked. I'm actually interested in exactly what he does. Yep, and a nice little squeak by. So yeah, completed that wall fairly easily. He is gonna delay the expansion, maybe about a minute or so, and he's already taken his gas. So very interesting play right here, right out of the gate. Even though this is a Forge fast expand, he's actually playing this more like a standard opening. If he would have just walled off here with this double gas, so more than likely going to see an expansion here, pylon here, and then gonna go into Stargate tech. ORRY already knows. He doesn't even know that the Forge fast expand is underway, but as soon as he pushes forward, he will be able to spot this. He's pushing forward with a couple of lings. He has scouted this area out, so he knows he's not here. There is a probe hanging out over here in case he wants to do a proxy pylon. These two Zerglings are going to push around, going to scout around here, but not going to find anything because the base of RumouRs is right over here. And he is completing that wall off with that probe. I guess it's a little bit unnecessary, and he finally puts down that cybernetics score. So the cybernetics score is way late. A couple of Zerglings are going to go down, but ORRY already knows exactly what's going on. He's more than likely going to get a little bit greedy. Why not take a fast third? And that's exactly what he's doing. He's putting up his fast third. He's already got metabolic boost about to be finished, so the wings on those Zerglings are going to be put down. So ORRY can play it safe for the next 7 or 8 minutes. More than likely going to see this is going to pop, and about the 9-10 minute mark, he's going to put down a bunch of spine crawlers here for defense, just to anticipate any kind of those 6 gateway pushes that I talked about earlier. But with the early gas, it looks like he might put it down for a starport, or maybe he might be going DTs or some other gas intensive build, because this gas we're taking very, very early. He's already putting down a single sentry, and he's warping, he's chrono boosting out that cybernetics core with that warp gate tech, and he puts down another gateway here. So it looks like he's just going for a straight 6 gate or 5, 6, 7, 8 gate off of 2 bases. These guys are, I believe, high level platinum level players, so I'm not going to see anything too crazy, no cheeky shenanigans. A Roach Warren is going down for ORRY, while Warp Gate is about halfway done for RumouRs, and we have those 2 little Zerglings who's going to go ahead and patrol the base of the ramp for ORRY, just to make sure there's no kind of sneaky run by with a probe. But this probe is already here. Not sure if if ORRY knows that it's there. Not quite yet, so he can still do a harass, putting a pylon here, warping a bunch of units to attack this third here, so yeah, RumouRs is doing the safe long macro style, quote unquote. He is building his researching his +1 level upgrades, which is great, and because that means that a zealot will be able to two-shot a zergling. So generally when you're Protoss, you want to go +1 attack if you're going up against Zerg, obviously, and if you're going up against Terran, go up the +1 armor, because it'll let the Zealots survive that one extra shot from Marines. Against PvP, I generally like to go shields first, or just whatever really it goes, just depending on the style of play. And we actually see RumouRs already putting on that pylon, exactly like I was talking about, anticipating the warp gate finishing up. RumouRs is pushing forward, going to take out these two Zerglings. So, I mean, why not? Let's see. He already has 3 gateways down. He's already putting down a robotics facility. So turning a Forge Fast Expand into a very normal build. He's got quite a bit of money saved up, but once these warp gates do start producing, that's going to go away very, very quickly. While ORRY is down in the under 100s pretty much most of the entire game, so good for him. Great macro on his part. Let's just go ahead and see if he could keep it up with the micro and just keep out the long-term macro play that he's showing so far. He's got an Evo chamber. He's already researching level 1 missile attack for those roaches, and melee attack as well, but you could go ahead and take that off, save yourself that 100 minerals to be able to use for, let's say, an extra roach here or a couple of extra Zerglings. And RumouRs is doing something crazy, getting very, very greedy, taking his 3rd expansion as well. I mean, it is, you can say it's a bit greedy, especially with these Zergling pack here and the roaches that ORRY has. If ORRY pushes forward, he might be able to overrun these 2 sentries. I mean, it'll cost, even if it is perfect force fields, there's going to be need 2 to block off this ramp. More than likely it's going to be 3, since 4 fields are a bit iffy. He is warping in a couple of zealots over here behind enemy lines just to do the harassment over here, and it looks like the zealots are ready and gearing to go. Let's see if they can pick off this queen. Let's see if ORRY is able to react in time, but no, the full surround is done on that queen. That queen is going to go down, and the zealots are going to start wailing away on those drones, and the roaches are going to go ahead and push forward to try to take out these zealots. And in the units lost tab, we see 11 units lost, so that queen along with those 10 drones were taken down, and it is pretty much evened up. No, I don't think there was a single ooh, and we see another little battle going over here. They'll try to force a cancel on this 3rd, but the warped in zealots did do its job, and again, RumouRs with the double R is retaking his 3rd. So those Zerglings, I guess, were sacrifices just to delay that expansion that much longer. But RumouRs is actually playing quite greedy. I mean, he has no saturation on his natural, decent saturation on his main, and he's already taken a 4th, and the gas is just piling up. And that's what happens when you get too many extractors, or simulators, I'm sorry, on your Vespin geysers before you actually max out your mineral patches. So right now he's got a ton and a ton of gas, and probably could just put down a bunch of sentries, put down 3 or 4 here, maybe 5 or 6 here, and then the same thing with over here to defend both bases. And RumouRs is actually putting down just a bunch of pylons behind enemy lines, just in case this one is spotty. He'll have a backup just to continue the harassment, while at the same time we already see an observer in ORRY's base. But I don't know, this is a very interesting position. This is a very interesting play by RumouRs. He's getting very, very greedy, and if ORRY decides to just push forward with all of these roaches, it's gonna be, I don't care how well you play your force field. This is only 3 sentries, and none of them have well, this one's about to have full energy, so that's 4 force fields here. Each of them have maybe 1 or 2, so you can't hold out indefinitely, especially if ORRY decides to bring an overlord here. The force fields are just pretty much nulled, since you could push forward here, cause the force field to be put down, push over here with that overlord to be able to snipe anything from the low ground. And ORRY is, you know what, not even worried. He's gonna go ahead and just go for that 3rd. He's just playing it safe, doesn't want his opponent to get too much of a lead. The Zerglings are there. They're going to surround that Stalker and going to take it out quite easily. Once the roaches get in here, bye-bye photon cannons, and RumouRs is just saying, forget it, I'm going to let that fall, and again decides to push forward, but this is just too many roaches. There is not enough. Even if he does manage to split this army in half, there's not enough units for RumouRs to be able to take down, and this is the problem when you decide to get a little bit too greedy. You don't have the units to be able to take out any kind of pressure, and RumouRs is feeling the pressure as we speak. He's retreating back home, heading home. His looks like his level 1 armor, level 1 attack is finished, but now it's crunch time. Let's see if the force fields do go down. Guardian shield does go up. Force fields are being put down, trying to trap as many as possible. ORRY decides to pull back, but that was a lot of force fields that were put down, and the energy just spent to take down minimal damage. ORRY is just going to go ahead and go home. He did his damage that he wanted to do. He took out that 3rd expansion, and now it's back to 3 full bases from Zerg to 2 from Protoss, and then looks like finally RumouRs has finally a decent saturation, but right now he still only has 4 gateways with a single robotics facility. He did add 2 more here, so it comes up to about 7 gateways. But you want to have 7 gateways at about 9-10 minutes before your Zerg opponent can have any sort of substantial army. He is researching Blink, but the Mutalisks are on the field of play, so ORRY decides to start the harassment. He already picked off the 3rd, so right now is to just harass the main and the natural. The Mutalisks are going to go ahead and do that. Level 1 attack upgrade already going down for the air units. ORRY's going to go straight for the mineral line, and I'm interested to see how many probes he loses. There's 1 volley, 2 probes go down, 3, 4 probes go down, 5 probes go down, and right now it's scramble mode. The RumouRs going to push forward with his stalkers, but they do not have Blink researched, and ORRY just decides to go home. I actually could have just sent down another volley to take this down, but again, the power of the Mutalisks, they're just going to go ahead and go exactly where the army of Protoss isn't. He's going to attack yet again. He's got a couple more probes, 3 more probes that were taken down, and I don't think a single Mutalisk has been taken down quite yet. This one might go down, but nope. He retreats to a safe distance back in the back corner of his base, and right now it's crunch time again for RumouRs. He still hasn't put back his any probes on the assemblers, but that's okay. He does have a nice stockpile of gas anyway, and finally, so mining was delayed here, and again the Mutalisk harassment is going to continue. He's going to lose 1 probe, 2 probes, 3 probes, another volley, loses 2 more. Blink is done, and ORRY decides to head home. He doesn't want to lose any unnecessary units, and why bother? Oops, you guys know exactly how long that replay was. Oh well. But that's okay. That is okay. ORRY is just sitting pretty with a nice surplus of minerals, nice surplus of gas. You could actually stand to take this one, take this expansion, take that expansion, and we actually see another warp gate of Zealots going to push forward, but it looks like the Mutalisks are going to catch them, and the unfortunate thing about Zealots, they can't shoot up, but the Mutalisks aren't too worried. They finally turn around, and another queen might go down. ORRY does micro it away, so perfect play by ORRY. I don't think he's going to suffer any sort of losses in this harass. He might lose his queen if he's not careful. Oh, manages to survive that queen with 5 health. 1 more swipe, it would have been finished. These 2 pylons are going to be taken down, and we actually saw Corruptor on the field of play, so ORRY is probably gearing up to take his Broodlord play, but nah, the Spire isn't being morphed into a Greater Spire just yet. He's actually just concentrating on expanding, while same is on RumouRs' mind. These Mutalisks are going to be pushed forward, but they're going to be pushed away just at the right time. I lose a single Mutalist, but that's okay. The scouting has done. He already knows that that RumouRs is trying to take his 3rd, while RumouRs is just trying to get his defenses up and running. The single probe is just kind of oh, poor probe. He can't get out. There are plenty of photon cannons to repel any kind of Mutalisk harass, but the damage has been done. I mean, this is about 450 minerals right here. This is another 300, so that's a lot of minerals to tie up, especially when you're short on it as it is for that minimum amount of harassment that was done by the Mutalisk. So that's the power of the Mutalisk. Not only do you kill probes very, very easily, but you force your player to play a little bit more defensive, or your opponent to play a little bit more defensive. Force field does go down and leave a tiny gap available for the roaches to stream in. ORRY says, you know what, that's where your entire army is, that's fine, I'll attack your main. I would actually like to see him to just move his units up here. Forget trying to pick anything off just yet. And the roaches are in the main base. It looks like ORRY is just gonna have the time of his life. He's trying to focus fire at this Nexus. 1 more blast will do it. Half a blast will do it. I take this down. ORRY, there it is. And ORRY is in a good position. He took down his natural. Even if this entire army does go down, he has a ton of resources. 25 more roaches are being produced as we speak, and the damage has been done. This natural is gone. This 3rd is up and running, but ORRY has 1, 2, 3, 4 bases. There is wow, look, there is a nice little bit of harassment happening throughout the entire exchange, but this Warp Prism is going to go down. Nothing, very minimal damage was happened over here, So ORRY is still in a good position. He lost a Roach Warren, unfortunately, but that's going to be up and running in about a minute. And another stream of Roaches are going to push forward and see what damage they can do. Looks like there was a bad rally point. He does lose unnecessary Roaches. So first big slip up that ORRY has done. And this poor little Roach. Sploosh. The Roaches are forced to retreat while RumouRs is again trying to gear up and retake his natural. Immortals are being pushed out. They are great up against Roaches, but right now there's only these five Warp Gates are done, and he might be taking down retaking his Cybernetics core. Since it was destroyed in that initial attack, and he is just pretty much broke on gas. Broodlords are being produced, so once these are on the field, it is going to be game over for RumouRs. Hey Rumor, I heard a rumor that you might be losing pretty soon. I don't know if you've heard, but this force is nothing compared to what ORRY has in store for you. There's 3 Immortals, 2 Zealots, 11 Stalkers, and 2 Sentries on the field of play, while the army of ORRY is just massive. I mean, I don't even have to pull up that unit tab. Just look at the food count. There is a maxed Zerg army, 90 food for Protoss, sitting pretty on a trust fund that the Zerg player is, and ouch. This is just not going to happen. That Dark Shrine isn't going to help very much, since I did spot a couple of Overseers earlier. RumouRs does have his natural up again, but his main is mined out, and looks like ORRY is going to push forward to the just to destroy this third yet again. There is a blink forward. He's going to lose a couple of Broodlords. There's one does go down, and looks like a second is going to go down, but these Broodlords are just holding back this army. A third Broodlord does go down, but in the meantime, this natural is done. It's over with. The Broodlords have all been taken out, but this army is what their deal is. And again, another 6 more Broodlords are on the way. They're about to pop any second now. So we have 4 bases for the Zerg player, 2 for the Protoss. This is just inevitable. The loss is inevitable. It's going to happen, and right now ORRY could just expand here, expand here, expand here, expand here, expand here. I mean, why not? You're in the power position. Looks like the final push is happening. Those force fields are very misplaced. Nothing gets blocked off. The third one has blocked off yet again. There is a blink forward to try to pick off maybe 1 or 2 Broodlords. One does go down, but that's it. That's the extent of the damage. The Roaches just take care of everything else. The Stalkers, anything that can shoot up, is taken out. These Immortals have nothing, and it is all over. The rest of these Corruptors were being morphed into Broodlords. A GG has occurred. Well played by ORRY. He was on top form throughout most of the game. There was just a couple of mix-ups here and there with the rally point and losing these Broodlords, but in the end, he got the W, which is exactly what you want. RumouRs, you just might want to rethink your build a little bit more. Make sure you got a full saturation before you take that third on your main, at least on your main, and half saturation on your natural before you even put down that third, just so you have enough of an army to be able to hold off any sort of pushes from your opponent. Well, that was it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If not, leave a comment down below on what I could do to make these more enjoyable for you. Also, if there's a replay of your own game that you would like for me to do, leave it in the comments section down below to one of the major replay sites, and I'll see if I could take care of it for you guys. Other than that, I'm out of here. Enjoy your weekend.